Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. Here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing just a little quick video giving my thoughts on 3 new short preview videos that AMC has released for The Walking Dead Season 4. First one I've nicknamed, it's a sneak peek, but I like to call it Zombies Are Noisy. The second one is Norman Reedus as Daryl talking about how to be badass. And the third one is basically a Season 3 look back of where we left off with each character. So let's talk about it. Okay, so Season 4 is almost here. We're within 48 hours from the air date of The Walking Dead Season 4. I think there's some early reviews out, but I haven't checked anything out yet because I don't really want to see... I want to see it for myself for the first time and then do my own video review afterwards. So anyway, this year, I know last year for Season 3 I did a Gangnam Style dance celebrating Season 3 start. This year, some people have asked me to do that. This year, I can't do that. This room is not big enough. There's not enough floor space or anything. I'm basically using this room. It's just got my desk, my background, and maybe, I don't know, a meter or two. It's just not going to work. And also, I don't have a video concept. I mean, that was a really fun song, but this year there haven't been many songs like that I would really want to do something like that for. So instead of that, I'm just going to do this type of video and just talk a little bit about it and get everything prepped and ready. Very exciting. So the 3 new promos we got, I'll put the links to each of them in the description. The coolest one is the sneak peek, which is basically you have Rick and, well, click the links first and then, come back and watch the review afterwards, this review. But just to get my real quick thoughts on it, because people were sending me private messages wanting to hear what I thought about it. I thought it was really funny. The fact that the walkers are so noisy. This is something that they touched on a little bit in the comic book series. You'd have characters, I remember specific, like a few, I vaguely remember because it's been a while since I've read those specific trades. Which I have reviewed, by the way, so if you're looking for the reviews of the trades, check the channel as well. I have every issue reviewed of the Walking Dead comic book series, in addition to the television series. So there are a few issues in the trades where you'll have characters and they'll reference at the prison the walkers that are outside the fence or the gates and how noisy they are and how annoying they are and how they can't really feel comfortable because you've got these walkers constantly, banging on the fence and moaning and growling and whatever you want to call what it is they do. I often think of the noise as ruh, like R-U-H, ruh, like that, like ruhing, but it's not really that. I mean, it's more like growling, I guess. And you've got Rick, he's got headphones on, an MP3 player. I guess it makes sense because if you think about it, in a zombie apocalypse, he would, they'd be raiding stores all the time. So if they stop by the big spot or a Walmart or wherever the hell, there's going to be MP3 players just lying around or just anywhere, right? So you're pretty much guaranteed that in that location that he would probably find some country music on an MP3 player randomly from some of the loot he's grabbed over time. So it's kind of one of those things you wouldn't think they would have in a zombie apocalypse. But then as you analyze it, you're like, yeah, I guess that would make sense. He could find something like that just anywhere around. Now, he's got a lot of guts to be wearing that, not being able to hear in a zombie apocalypse, not being able to, have that sense of what's going on around you. But it's funny because the way they film it is really cool. He puts it on and everything, splashes water on his face, puts the headphones on, turns the music on, walks down, and then as a viewer we hear that. And then, of course, as he takes it out when he's... whatever that's called, doing that farm work where he's like sort of raking up the... sorry, noob. I'm not a farmer or anything, but raking up the gun, I guess you could say. He's trying to grow guns, I guess, where he finds a gun just randomly there in the soil. As soon as he takes it out, you hear all the zombies, and they're so loud, and then it's like, oh, you realize it's like, oh yeah, there's like 100 walkers on the fence just chilling there, just constantly banging on it and making all this racket. So it's a fun little sneak peek. It's an interesting part of an episode. It really sets the mood for that whole idea that they're living, but there's just like this barrier, and on the other side of the barrier there's just tons of zombies, and no matter how many they kill, more just keep coming in. So it's an interesting situation. I can't wait to see how that all plays out and how eventually the walkers break at least one of the fences down, because there's like 2 layers, right? There's the inner and then there's the outside fence. So we're assuming they're going to at least knock down the outside, maybe the inside, get in the back somehow. There was a Spanish promo or something like that, a different language I saw, where it looked like there was like some kind of like on the ground. Now this one I don't have a link for. You'll have to search it on YouTube. Look for Spanish or something like another language. Walking Dead International trailer, and the walkers are walking outside the gates of the or the fence of the prison gates, I guess you could say too, and they fall down into this like section that goes below the prison. So somehow they must have fallen down, broken some kind of like wooden, walkover or something, and fallen down inside, and then maybe come up inside from underneath, and that's how maybe they got into the cell block or something of the sort. So another interesting little tidbit there to think about, and I really like the, I like to call it Zombies Are Noisy sneak peek, so that's a lot of fun. Then we have another one where Daryl is or Norman Reedus is talking about Daryl and how he's so badass and how he doesn't try to be badass, he just is. He's really calm until it comes to the moment when he has to kill a walker and he'll stab him in the back or whatever. And he said that, or he basically talks about Clint Eastwood as an example and says that, he's always really calm and stoic kind of, but really calm under extreme circumstances, and that adds to his badassery. So, something to think about. So, it's cool too. So that's the other one. Nothing much more I can comment on that. Norman Reedus is the master, so obviously, we can take all from that, I guess. And then there's the other promo, which is where we left off from season 3. You have Rick, and they talk about Rick accepting humanity back again by taking in the people of Woodbury. We have Michonne basically pissed about the death of Andrea. Same with Rick. Same with Carl, especially Carl, who's very troubled at this point. They touch on the kid that may have been putting down his gun. I talked about this in the review last year, though. I mean, he was putting down his gun, but at the same time, though, he had busy eyes, and his face, you could kind of tell he wasn't surrendering necessarily. He was looking for a chance to quickly try to shoot or something. I think Carl did the right thing in that situation. The showrunner Scott Gimple says that he may or may not have been putting. He wasn't. He didn't look like he was cooperating and putting down his gun. He looked like he was messing around or he was going to pull something. It's just my opinion. That's what he looked like to me. So I think Carl made the right decision there. He may get flack for it after, but I think it was the right decision. So that's that, and that's pretty much it. Just really excited for the season. Can't wait for tomorrow night. And like I said in the past video, the review will be up probably about 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. Very excited, The Walking Dead Season 4. If you guys have any additional content that you've seen AMC post online, there actually is a good amount now. They've been posting a lot of different little trailers and stuff like that international one. If anyone has the trailer link to the international one, please put it in the description so people can see how the walkers are falling down through the floor and somehow coming up underneath into the prison. Very good stuff. Zombies Are Noisy. I enjoyed it, even though it was quick. It was pretty fun, and it just gets me even more excited for The Walking Dead Season 4. So, ask and ye shall receive. Whoever asked, or the couple people that asked me to do this, there you go. Anyway, if you have any other video suggestions or ideas, please feel free to send them to me, and I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.